I've always had kind of moments of extreme depression, and that's been associated with anxiety, and feelings of uh, you know bad self-worth, and they particularly those points would be particularly bad around my period. So I would feel kind of okay 2 weeks of the month, and then leading up to my period I'd be very unwell, and then I'd be very down. And then, yeah, the week of my period, I'd just be kind of all over the place, anxiety, panic attacks, etc. I went to see my doctor, and I was like, I'm thinking about killing myself all the time. I don't know what to do. And I was referred to the crisis team through the NHS, and had to go to see somebody, and obviously was prescribed at that point. It's the first course, I guess, for a doctor, was antidepressants. At the time, I was prescribed fluoxetine, which I ended up taking throughout the whole period, and yeah, I just had really bad reaction to them. Was really unwell, really sick. I think the first 2 weeks of taking them, I wanted to kill myself again. Yeah, I was just struggling, basically. I was still having periods of the same nature, lasting 18 days, between 15 and 18 days every 2 weeks. A friend of mine suggested, who's a nutritionist, she recommended Kelly Brogan because she had heard about her through the work that she does. And I decided to take the plunge. With the support of my partner and my therapist, we started to reduce slowly the antidepressants. And I would say it took me about 1.5 years to come off of them. The most important thing that's changed is that I have completely stopped eating gluten. So I no longer eat it at all now. And that's had a massive, massive impact, huge really, on my well-being. So I guess the biggest thing is that I don't have these periods from hell anymore. I have a period every 3.5 weeks now. It lasts for 4 or 5 days, not 18 days. And I don't want to kill myself every single month. I no longer feel like I'm on the edge of, something awful happening, which would be the constant case. And yeah, I think it's really noticeable to people. I've had lots of comments recently about people saying how well I look, and they haven't seen me as positive in years. So, all of that is really, really great, and that's all down to discovering Kelly's program, and putting in the work to make myself feel better, because it certainly hasn't been easy, and it has been difficult, but I think the results are there, and yeah, it's just proof really.